Good morning. Make your way onto your mat. We'll be working into outer hips, inner hips, quadriceps, primarily the lower body today. We'll begin by touching your fingertips down to the earth and using that sense of touch just to lift the spine long, balancing the head right over the heart, pressing down through the sit bones and feeling the spine go nice and tall. Releasing the hands down by the side. Inhale, bring the arms up to the ceiling. As you exhale, the hands come through heart space, palms pressed together. Good, 3 more breaths. Inhaling wide into the ribs. Exhaling, grounding down through your sit bones, lifting a little taller through the spine. Give 1 more round of breath. Inhale fully. Exhale. Hands rest at heart center. Set your intention for your practice. Mine is to connect to my energetic seat that resides all around my heart space. Seal in your intention with a breath in and carry it into your practice with the breath out. Rest the hands down by your side. Walk the hands forward. Torso softens to the thighs. Press down through the outer shins. Draw the shoulders down away from the ears. Get heavy through the elbows and fill the back body up with breath. 3 cycles of breath. As you exhale, the belly will hollow out. The back of the body will expand. The back of the body expands with the inhale. The lower belly hollows out with the exhale. Walking the hands back up. Bringing the toes to touch. The hands behind the hips. Windshield wiper the hips from side to side. The opposite shin will come in front, or opposite ankle will come in front. Create length in the spine and then walk the hands down. 3 deep breaths. The outer ankles will root down. The outer edges of the feet press into the mat as the weight of the torso takes you deeper into the stretch. Walk the hands back up. Bring the toes out in front of you and windshield wiper out the knees from side to side. As the knees fall to the earth, the gaze will fall to the opposite side. Bringing that twist up into the upper part of the back. Then draw the heels over to the sit bones on the right hand side. Lift the left arm up to the ceiling and side body stretch up and over. Gaze up at the elbow or down at the earth. Soften the right ear to the right shoulder and let the right arm hang heavy. The 3 deep full breaths. Fluid breath traveling in and fluid breath traveling out. And spiral the ribcage up to the ceiling. Press down through the outer left hip and the outer left shin. Press into your seat to lift the spine up. Bring the left forearm down to the mat. Side body stretch up and over. Float the right arm back into the socket as you revolve the heart skyward. Left ear falls to the left shoulder. Or gaze comes to the elbow. This feels better on my neck. So whatever works in your body. Let the right hand drop behind the low back. Heel open through the elbow. Draw it to the space behind you. And feel a nice stretch across the top of the right shoulder. the right side of the neck. Keep the left ear falling towards the left shoulder. And bringing the head back to neutral, pressing through the left arm, bringing the spine back up. We'll come up and over, bringing the heels to the opposite side. The right arm reaches up, side body stretch up and over. Tucking the left heels in close to that seat. Breathe into the folds of the body, right underneath the knees, right behind the knees, the creases of the hips, the back of the ankles. 3 full breaths. Then revolve the heart up to the ceiling. Soften down through the right shoulder. Plug in through the right sit bone. Really stretch it into the earth. Root it down. Come back to center. Bring the right hand down to the mat. The left arm will reach up and over. The lower ribs will lift up towards the ceiling. The front of the ribs will narrow down as the right ear falls to the right shoulder. Notice what's touching the earth, what fingers on the right hand and forearm. And pressing into those touch points, you'll lift the spine back up. Bring the hips to stack on top of the knees. Walk the hands forward for toes pose. I'm going to turn to the side so you can see me a little easier. The pinky's edge is going to curl under. The soles of the feet open up. The shoulders soften down away from the ears. Chest expansion. The heads of the arm bones draw back. There'll be a flaring of the front of the ribs. Send the breath to the front of the rib cage as you widen and expand through the chest. And then on the exhale, the ribs will fall down to the thighs. Front of the head comes to the earth. Forearms reach forward. So you're balancing on the soft part of the crown of your head. The weight of the arms helps to pull the chest open. And the heaviness of the hips helps to keep the lower body stable. So if this is too much pressure on the crown of your head, reach your hips towards your heels to alleviate some of that. Three breaths. Reaching the arms back. Heels back. Hips back to the heels. Hips stack on top of the heels. Arms release. The toes will come out nice and wide for hero's pose. Roll the flesh away from the thighs, so the flesh of the calf is going to roll outward. The hips will sit in between the heels. If this is too much for your knees, come down onto either side for a quadricep stretch, single leg. Otherwise, slowly begin to descend down, bringing the forearms down first. And then the spine comes all the way down to follow. The knees will draw out slightly. The hands rest down by your side or take the arms above the crown of the head. With the arms above the crown of the head, the rib cage will peel off of the mat. Settle the rib cage back down. Lengthen the tailbone towards the knees. And this might be enough staying right here. You'll get a nice stretch across the top of the quadricep, up through the hip. For me, I need a little bit more, so I'm going to curl my tailbone under, press the top of my knees down to the earth, and then settle the thigh bones so they rest deeper inside the socket. The breath fills the side body, smooth and fluid. So Stay right here in the quadricep stretch. Otherwise, bring your hands, palms facing the earth, fingertips towards the heels. I'm going to press into the palms, come up onto the crown of my head. This may be enough of a quadricep stretch for you. Otherwise, if you're looking for more, press into the arms, ground through the tops of the knees. You get this nice stretch across the mid-belly. Keep pressing the hips up. Bring the crown of the head down and then tuck the chin to the chest. Roll yourself back into hero's pose. We'll do that 2 more times. Energizing through the spine as we open up to the top part of the quads. Bring the hands by the ears, fingertips towards the toes. Press into the hands, walk the hands back, and press the hips forward. Pressing the front of the thigh bones into the top part of the thighs. And then lower down. We'll come back into it. Hands come by the sides of the ears. Press into the top of the feet, lift up. I'm going to lift up all the way, pressing my hips forward, coming onto my fingertips, breathing fully and deeply. Lowering the head down, tucking the chin. It's a lot of effort on those quads. First we stretch and open, and then we resist gravity as they work to help us lower the spine back down onto the mat. To come out of this, you'll press into the forearms. Bring the shoulders to stack on top of the hips. Walk the hands forward. Bring the legs out in front of you. And lower yourself all the way down onto the mat. Roll over onto your side for a single leg quadricep stretch. Or top of the right foot comes to the mat. Use the pressure of the body to open up the quadricep even more as you lay back into that right foot. The pelvis is spreading nice and wide, and there's a spreading across the top of the thighs. You can bring the left leg to rest on top of the right knee. Or left foot plants down. Right knee roots into the mat. And breathe into the sensations that you're generating. And then come back to center. Take that right leg out. Draw it in. Give it a squeeze. Extend it up to the ceiling. Roll out through the foot. And then reverse. Lengthen out through the heel. Draw the thigh to the chest as you reach the tailbone to the left heel. And lower the leg down. Roll onto your right side. Grab for the left foot. Bring the left foot to ground behind you. Or stay up in a quadricep stretch. Lean the weight back for half heroes. Take the right foot to rest on top of the left knee. Or plant the left foot onto the mat. So the breath sends our awareness to the sensations that we feel. So we might not necessarily be able to breathe into our sensations, but we're sending awareness into that area. And our muscles are controlled from our nervous system. So when we can visualize those muscles and the elasticity within its cells expanding and adapting, we create change within those sensations, change and awareness within our body. Rolling over onto the right to release through the left leg. Extend the leg up to the ceiling, reach through the heel, roll through the ankle, and then reverse. Draw the left thigh towards the belly, reach up through the heel, broaden through the collarbones. Take a full breath in and out. Left foot meets the right. I'm going to go ahead and unknot my shirt. Spinal twist, right knee pulls into the chest, left leg lowers long. Lift up on the hips, come to the left hip, stacking the right on top. Gaze to the right, and eyes fall to the corners of your eyelids. The eyes rest down, and the breath is still present. Unwind. Plug the right knee in. Switch it out for the left. There's a nice pocket on my hip. Spinal twist. Come up onto the right hip. Spinal twist up and over. So what can you visualize releasing? What contraction can you let go of? And where can you send your light of awareness into the body for more expansion and more space? And draw the knees, left knee into the chest. Cross at the ankles. Crisscross applesauce. You'll grab your opposite elbows, opposite shoulders, the elbows. Move out to the sides and the head rests on the forearms, a little bit above the wrist. This is a nice restorative pose. The arms take the weight of the head. The chin makes its way to neutral. Gentle opening through the inner thighs. And then bringing the feet back to the mat, switching the crossing of the ankle. If you'd like, switching the crossing of the hand. And 3 restorative breaths. Drawing the knees towards one another, bringing the feet back onto the mat and crossing the arms. Extending the arms down by your side, extending the legs long. And exploring the new freedom that you've created within the hips and down through the lower body. Restoring in this pose of stillness. Inviting back in micro movements with fingers and toes. Rocking the heels or the thighs from side to side. And come to a fetal position on either side of your space. Reconnect to your intention. And carry the energetics of that intention or that word or dedication with you off your mat into your day. Pressing into the right hand or left hand, coming up to seated. Closing down the eyes or keeping a soft gaze for the flush of the skin and the rebound and lift of the spine. The heart is wide, the hips are open and strong. Sealing in our practice with light, love, gratitude, and grace. Namaste.